Hi, everybody. I am Barb Steinberg. I am a parent coach, a teen life coach for girls, and a speaker on teen girl issues. When I was a junior in high school, between my junior and senior year, my job was working at Great Adventure, Six Flags Great Adventure in Freehold, New Jersey. I was the person that handed you the tokens in the game department. Good times. And I worked every day, 5 days a week, long shifts, driving an hour there, an hour back. Back in those days, people were not going to camp that I knew of. Vacations were not happening, and it was all work. So I decided, along with the two girlfriends I had that were working with me at Great Adventure, that we wanted to take the day off. So we all decided to call in sick and to go shopping at the mall. Of course, being teenagers, we did not think it through and think that Great Adventure would call our parents and ask if we were really sick, which they did. So fast forward, I come home late that night. My parents are already asleep. There's a note sitting on the toilet seat that says, "Wake us up when you get home. We need to talk." I had a clue what that was about. I thought, you people are crazy. I'm not waking you up just to get yelled at. No thanks. I think I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I'll wait till tomorrow morning to get yelled at. I'm going to push it off a little bit. So, of course, long conversation. The short of it is, I was given, get a load of this punishment, everybody. I was put on restriction for 3 months. Three. I thought it was insane then. I think it's insane now. Hopefully you can see my point in this. Oh, Lordy. 3 months for calling in sick to go shopping with girlfriends. Listen, if that was the worst thing that we had to deal with as parents, I would welcome more children into my life. So that was an egregious offense to my parents. Imagine, I'm sharing this with you because imagine if I could have gone to my parents and said, "Hey, I'm feeling a little burnt out. My life is feeling kind of imbalanced. It's all work, no play. I would love to take a day off to go shopping with my girlfriends. Can I call in sick?" It would have been awesome if they would have said, "Yeah, you know what? We get it. You are working hard. We get it that you want a day off. Yeah, you can." Or if they feel like, that's not really our value. We don't really want you to call in sick and leave the company in a lurch with one employee down. Why don't you go ahead and schedule a day off, a mental health day, which no one had ever heard of a mental health day in the 80s, as far as I know. So maybe you could schedule a day off where you can, hang out and play and have a good time with your friends. That would have been amazing if I felt like I could have gone to my parents and asked for that and been upfront and been honest with them. But I didn't believe that that was an option. Our family was very much about productivity, work, do, be productive, get stuff done. It wasn't about hanging out and having fun and playing and relaxing and resting. So I did not really learn that. And so I didn't even think that that was an option without having to lie to get it. So fast forward to me being in my 50s, I'm still working on that. I'm still learning how to carve out space to rest, relax, and play and have fun. So if I had learned that, if there had been role modeling, if I had known that that is something I could have asked for, I doubt I would be working so hard on it today. So there's something about creating an environment for our teenagers where they feel like they can tell us the truth, even if it's something we don't want to hear, even if it's something we disagree with, even if it's a different value than ours. Like maybe we would never call in sick, but our teenager wants to one day in 3 months. And if we can kind of take a breath and step back for a minute, we might be able to see, that's not the worst thing. I'm going to support this kid in that. I'm going to let her have what she needs. I'm going to listen to her as she's listening to herself. I'm going to let her have self-care. So let's fast forward to last night. I was walking around the block with my teenage son, which we do a lot after dinner. I've noticed there's something magical happens when it's after dinner. It's just the two of us. We're walking around the neighborhood for literally 15 minutes, and this kid is like blah, 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 blah. And I'm soaking it all in, getting all the information I can. It's a time for me to be really quiet because if I say anything, I'll break the spell. So he was talking about a friend of his, a girlfriend who might be becoming a girlfriend. And he was saying that she's a really good girl. Like she's, has all these extracurriculars and sports, and she's gets great grades, and she's really kind and really responsible. And she apparently didn't get a very good grade, I guess, on a test, or maybe it was like the 6-week semester or 9-week semester ended, and she got a grade that her parents were not loving. And so they said, okay, for the next 4 weeks, you cannot go out, can't see friends, can't go out. You have to buckle down for 4 weeks. And I thought, in my own mind, I'm like, whoa, that's quite a punishment for that, which is exactly what I thought when I was 17. And my son, Jack, was like, yeah, isn't that crazy? 4 weeks? And so then he started telling me that she will stay after school for an hour rather than to go home, because she said if she goes home, she'll get distracted. She'll want to watch a TV show, hang out and watch TikToks and YouTubes. And I was like, wow, that's a really great idea that she does that. That she's so disciplined that she'll stay after school for at least an hour and work on schoolwork. And he's like, yeah, I know, it's a brilliant idea. So then he was saying, we're so bummed out that we don't ever have time to see each other with her restriction in addition to her sports and mine. We're never going to be able to see each other. And so what we decided is that one day I'm going to stay after school with her and we're going to go out for an early dinner. So she's lying, right, to her parents. I'm sure her parents would consider that a lie, that she's doing something while saying she's doing something else. And I just thought, my first thought was, that's so sad that she has to lie to her parents about doing something so innocent, going to have an early dinner for an hour with a friend. That's actually part of well-being. It's part of self-care, taking care of yourself, connecting with peers, taking a break from the doing and the responsibility to feed yourself in a different way. It's so sad that she can't tell her parents the truth and ask them if that's okay. And then the other part of me was like, good for her for taking care of herself in a safe, innocent way. But the sadness was overriding. And I said out loud to Jack, my son, I was like, that's really too bad that she can't be honest with her parents and tell them the truth about what she would like to do, what she needs to do in terms of balance and taking care of herself. And what if she could have gone to her parents and said, you know what? I get it that you're disappointed with my grade. I am too. This is what I want my grade to be. These are my plans on how to get it up. I'm staying after school every day, working on it, blah, blah, blah. I'd really love to be able to take an hour to have an early dinner with Jack and come right back to working and studying. Is that cool with you? So in my mind, as a coach of teen girls, that makes a lot of sense, because there's so much research that says by taking breaks and resting our mind that we actually are more productive. So I say this to you because my hope is that as parents, we will lead with more grace and more compassion and teaching our girls about balancing the doing and the being, about honoring, respecting, noticing when they need self-care, and what does the self-care look like? Is it emotional self-care, mental self-care, physical self-care? It's not just getting a pedicure. There are many ways to employ self-care, and I'm hoping that with our grace and our compassion towards our kids that we can really allow for that instead of it being so black and white, all or nothing. I wouldn't have had to lie. My son's friend wouldn't have had to lie. And you know what? No teenager really wants to lie to their parents. They don't. They want to tell you the truth. They also want to get what they want, which is more freedom and independence. So sometimes that leads to the lying. So if we can open up dialogue about that, we can really curb the lying, which is such a disconnect for our relationships. It's the opposite of connection, not allowing the space to be truthful and honest about what we need, who we are. I'm hoping this has given you some food for thought about how you can show up with more grace and compassion for your girls so that they can be more honest about who they are with you. They want it. I know you want it. It's scary. It doesn't always feel good in the moment, but it feels good in the long run in regards to your relationship. I hope this has been helpful. If you want to dive in more specifically to your daughter, your relationship, your family, please reach out on my website, barbsteinberg.com, and we can set up a parent coaching session. I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel with hundreds of free videos about helping you to raise your daughters with love, compassion, enjoyment, fun. And of course, I have online courses, e-workshops for you, parents of girls, on many topics that you can purchase and watch over and over and over to remind you of specific strategies and tools that really do help to make a change in your relationship with your daughter and your daughter's relationship with herself. So I hope you'll check those out on barbsteinberg.com. Thanks for listening and have a great day.